Have you ever heard of soursop? Ask any ancestral healer, a wise grandmother, or a scholar of natural medicine. The answer will be the same. Soursop is a true treasure of nature. And today, you're going to discover 12 diseases that can be fought with the leaves of this extraordinary plant. It may seem unlikely that something as simple as a green leaf carries such immense power. But the truth is, this secret has been kept or ignored for decades. And you're about to understand why. Because, let's be honest, a natural, accessible and cheap treatment isn't exactly profitable for an industry that depends on your illness to get rich. And what if I told you that soursop leaves have already been studied by respected universities and that their compounds show powerful anti-cancer properties? That in cultures from the Amazon, the Caribbean, India and Africa, they have been used for centuries to fight tumors, infections, diabetes, hypertension, depression, insomnia, and much more. Sounds like something out of this world, right? But it might be in your backyard, or at the nearest market stall. In this revealing presentation, you will dive into ancient knowledge and discover how nature once again offers answers that modern medicine still hesitates to accept. We'll show you one by one the 12 diseases that soursop leaves can help treat, how they act in the body, and how to use them effectively and safely. And in the end, you will receive a rare recipe used for generations in the Amazon rainforest. A powerful formula that helps restore vital energy, strengthen the immune system, and protect the body against serious illnesses. But before we continue, I want to propose a commitment. If you feel like you've already suffered too much with your health, if you know you need a real change, and if there's still a thread of hope inside you, write in the comments, "I carry hope." These words have power. They activate something deep within you, a light that rekindles, even in the darkest moments. And remember, you are not alone. There's an entire community of people awakening to the power of nature. People like you who believe that life is sacred and that the impossible can happen when you have faith. Before moving on with this transformative lesson, share this video with someone you love. Send it to family groups, friends, WhatsApp. This simple gesture can save a life, and that is priceless. The hidden power of soursop. 12 diseases it can help fight, and how to use it wisely. Nature is a silent temple, full of mysteries, hidden among roots, seeds and leaves. Soursop is one of those mysteries, a powerful plant that has been ignored for far too long, often due to sheer commercial interest. Scientifically known as Annona muricata, soursop originates from the Amazon, but is valued by many traditional medicines, from Indian Ayurvedic to African and indigenous Brazilian herbal practices. And its secret isn't only in the fruit, it lies mainly in the leaves. These leaves are rich in compounds like acetogenins, ananaceous, flavonoids, alkaloids and phenolic acids, substances with antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial and even selective cytotoxic power, meaning they attack sick cells while preserving healthy ones. It's because of this powerful combination that soursop can act in different parts of the body, preventing and treating diseases that affect millions of people. Now pay close attention to the 12 diseases that soursop can help fight, and how to use it correctly. First disease, cancer. Studies such as those from the Purdue University Center for Cancer Research have revealed that soursop leaves contain acetogenins that attack cancer cells, including in cases of breast, prostate, liver, colon, and pancreatic cancers. The most impressive part, they can act without destroying healthy cells. How to use: tea made with fresh or dried leaves, taken on an empty stomach daily, always under medical supervision as a complementary treatment. Second disease, type 2, diabetes. The leaves help regulate glucose and reduce insulin resistance, thanks to flavonoids like quercetin. How to use: infuse 2 leaves in 250 milliliters of boiling water. Drink once or twice a day, outside of meals. Third disease, high blood pressure. The bioactive compounds relax blood vessels, improving circulation and lowering blood pressure. The potassium present balances sodium and aids in hypertension control. How to use: warm tea at night before bed. It's important to monitor your blood pressure regularly and not to prolong use without guidance. Fourth disease, depression and anxiety. In folk medicine, soursop is used as a natural calming agent. Its alkaloids increase serotonin and dopamine production, improving mood, sleep, and emotional well-being. How to use: tea before bed, which can be combined with herbs like chamomile or lavender. Fifth disease, insomnia. Soursop helps calm the mind and central nervous system, promoting deeper and more restorative sleep. How to use: infuse 3 leaves in hot water 30 minutes before bedtime. Continuous use for up to 30 days. Sixth disease, inflammation such as arthritis, arthrosis, and fibromyalgia. Soursop leaves hide a true anti-inflammatory arsenal. Rich in flavonoids and acetogenins, they act directly at the root of pain, relieving joint inflammation and chronic symptoms of diseases like arthritis, arthrosis, and fibromyalgia. How to use: apply warm compresses with the tea to the painful joints and drink the tea daily. Seventh disease, gastritis and ulcers. The protective action of soursop on the stomach is surprising. Its leaves help heal the gastric mucosa and reduce acidity, even fighting the dreaded Helicobacter pylori bacteria, responsible for many cases of chronic gastritis. How to use: mild tea taken on an empty stomach for up to 15 days. Eighth disease, bacterial and viral infections. Soursop is a natural ally against infections. Its antimicrobial compounds fight dangerous bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, and Staphylococcus aureus, and also inhibit the replication of certain viruses. How to use: internal use with the tea and external use with washes using a concentrated infusion, according to the type of infection. Ninth disease, worms and intestinal parasites. Soursop leaves have anti-parasitic action effective against amoebas, giardias, and other invaders of the digestive system, restoring intestinal balance. How to use: drink the tea on an empty stomach for 7 consecutive days. Take a 1-week break and repeat the cycle if necessary. 10th disease, liver problems. Soursop protects the liver from chemical and oxidative damage. It stimulates liver regeneration and can help treat fatty liver, hepatitis, and medication-induced intoxications. How to use: light infusion twice a day for up to 21 days. 11th disease, low immunity. With a high concentration of vitamin C and antioxidants, soursop strengthens the immune system, enhancing natural defenses against viruses, bacteria, and fungi. How to use: alternate the consumption of the tea with fresh fruit throughout the week. 12th disease, muscle pain and rheumatism. The leaves act as a natural painkiller and muscle relaxant. They effectively relieve pain, tension, sprains, and rheumatic symptoms. How to use: apply the warm tea in compresses to the painful areas twice a day. But beware, all this power requires respect. Soursop is a gift from nature, but incorrect use can nullify its benefits or even pose risks. Few talk about this, but it is essential to understand the mistakes that completely compromise the effects of this sacred plant. Mistakes that destroy the power of soursop, and almost no one tells you. 1. Using it without breaks and in excess. The active principles of soursop are potent. Continuous use, without intervals, can overload the nervous system and cause Parkinson-like symptoms. Avoid like this. Use in cycles. Example: 21 days of use, 7 days off, and never exceed 2 cups per day. 2. Using old, moldy or poorly stored leaves. Effectiveness depends on quality. Poorly stored leaves lose properties and may contain harmful fungi. Avoid like this. Choose fresh or well-dried leaves, stored in a dry, dark and airy place. Buy from trusted sources. 3. Mixing with medications without guidance. Soursop can potentiate or nullify the effect of certain medications, such as for blood pressure, diabetes or depression. Avoid like this. If you take medications regularly, consult a specialist before starting to use soursop. 4. Ignoring the body's signals. It's not always the right time to use medicinal plants. In more fragile phases, inappropriate use can cause imbalances. Avoid like this. Listen to your body. Observe reactions. Use consciously and, if possible, under guidance from a natural therapist. 5. Treating soursop as something ordinary, forgetting its spiritual origin. Ancestral peoples saw soursop as sacred. It was used in healing and purification rituals. Respecting this energetic connection enhances its effectiveness. Avoid like this. When preparing your tea, do it with intention. Breathe, give thanks, visualize healing. The energy you put into the preparation directly influences the result. Now, an ancestral gift. I will reveal to you a recipe kept for generations among Amazonian healers. A special preparation with soursop leaves to purify the blood, renew vital energy, and deeply strengthen your immunity. This recipe is more than tea, it's reconnection with the wisdom of the forest. Get ready for something truly transformative. The revealed mystery of the leaves of life. The ancestral infusion that purifies, strengthens, and renews the entire body. Long before modern clinics and laboratories existed, there was a silent wisdom, passed down from generation to generation through the power of nature. Indigenous peoples of the Amazon, Caribbean healers, and African spiritual masters already knew the deepest secrets of plants. Among them, one was considered sacred: soursop. But the true power was not in the fruit. It was in the leaves. Called by many the leaves of life, these leaves were used as a remedy for a wide variety of ailments, from simple fevers to chronic pain, severe infections, and blood disorders. They not only treated the physical body, but also promoted emotional and spiritual cleansing. Today, you will learn how to prepare this powerful infusion, which acts as a true ritual of cleansing and restoration. An ancient recipe that purifies the blood, awakens the immune system, and helps the body regenerate deeply. This preparation was used in moments of transition when the body needed to be fully renewed. It was more than a tea. It was an act of holistic healing. It was said that it not only cleansed the body but also cleared the mind, soothed the heart, and realigned emotions. You will need 2 soursop leaves, fresh or dried, picked in the morning or from a trusted source. 250 milliliters of filtered water. A small piece of fresh ginger, optional, to further enhance the anti-inflammatory effect and stimulate circulation. How to prepare. Heat the water until it begins to boil. Turn off the heat. Add the leaves and the ginger if desired, and cover. Let it steep for 10 minutes. Strain and drink warm, preferably on an empty stomach or before bed. How to use. Drink 1 cup per day, between 7 and 21 days, depending on your needs. Always take breaks. For example, 7 days of use, 7 days of rest. Within the first few days, you may notice effects on the immune system and a reduction in inflammation. For deeper issues, such as constant pain or very low immunity, the full 21-day cycle is ideal. Proven benefits. Soursop leaves. Studies show antioxidant, analgesic, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and even potential anti-tumor effects. Ginger, powerful in fighting inflammation, improves digestion, stimulates circulation, and warms the body. Attention. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should not use without professional guidance. People with neurological disorders, such as Parkinson's, also require medical evaluation. Never use continuously without breaks. Excessive use may overload the liver and affect the nervous system. This is not just a recipe, it is a reconnection with the sacred. When preparing it, do so in silence. Connect with your breath, visualize health, gratitude, and peace. The plant responds to your intention. The ancients knew this. Many of us have forgotten. And now it's your turn to remember. Tell me, did this lesson make sense to you? Did it bring you any insight, any awakening? What rating would you give from 0 to 10? And where are you watching from? I'd really love to know how far this message of healing, reconnection, and hope is reaching. If you felt in your heart that this knowledge has value, write here in the comments, "Healing comes from God." This phrase holds power. It is a declaration of faith, a surrender to the divine intelligence that lives in plants, in the earth, and within you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this content with someone you love. Sometimes the right word arrives just when someone needs it most. And as promised, here on the final screen are 2 valuable videos for you to continue your journey. If you're looking to transform your health and dive even deeper into the world of healing plants and natural wisdom, these videos are for you. Thank you for staying with me this far. May the light of nature guide you. A big hug, and until our next meeting.